And that's what was the cause of the echo in that video. Right? It is kind of warm in here right now. Okay, getting started here. I'm Junglechief.
Amazing Ampharos.
And we finally beat the behemoth last night, which was a arduous task. The video is up, there's a weird echo in it, but we just troubleshot and we figured out what the root cause was. Unfortunately, it's after the fact, but it was a good fight. I recommend watching it.
Yeah. The main issue was we had our stream disrupted very late last night by a system crash, and it apparently changed the setting because computers.
Yeah, well, I think the system there was a system restore that was done on startup that I think caused it.
Wait, are you really going in the Crucible now?
There's a cutscene that plays before we actually wind up having to do it. Do we want to see how hard it is?
I mean, I kind of figured we just have the Lord of the Land for all Crucibles as just a rule.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense, but this scene will play out.
We've been in places like this before.
It's a crucible of malevolence. They make Hellions fight to make them nastier.
Venomization, a diabolical practice. It appears this ruin was built to do just that.
Who would make such a thing?
I don't know, but there are several places such as this on the Glenwood continent. I had thought they had all been sealed up, but...
Looks like they're back in business.
This has to be held off. No question about it. We'll stop this! Something's blocking our way.
It must be to keep outsiders from entering. It's most likely that only certain people are allowed inside.
So, it's me alone, huh?
A solo fight. If it were me, I could ask for nothing better.
Sorry, Dezel, you don't get a Crucible.
I just kind of introducing you to the Crucibles and letting you know that you can only be in there with one character.
Well, most of them. There are exceptions. Because you have the 2 Armatus Crucibles. And then you have Alicia's one that lets you use Rose because reason.
This sucks.
Mostly
Not for
because
me.
Alicia sucks.
It's nice and dry inside Saray.
I mean,
That is
no one's
only
complaining
levels
you're
of
not
creepy.
forced to rely on only
Damn it.
Alicia.
Why can't I be a dumb dry ghost too?
Yeah, I think our next goal after the arduous behemoth fight is just going to be getting the Lord of the Land back and making everything much easier here, and then we're going to do a bunch of side questing around this region, including,
I was really surprised you didn't just load.
yeah.
Like the boar, this Hellion does a headlong rush attack.
I was actually, I'm just going to load after this.
Gather and grant me protection.
Be careful! Let's run!
That's why I wasn't trying too hard.
There's
Actually, wait.
a message from Lasonbell.
You shouldn't. Just because that triggered.
Yeah. Let's just move
Like,
on
if
to
that
the
hadn't
next
triggered, I would have totally agreed.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
I gave it a shot.
because getting access back to Highland, having a couple more Lords of the Land, it's just going to really improve things.
Oh! Well, wait, hold on.
Are you getting that treasure chest to the right in that herb?
I'm getting the herb.
So this is what the game does when you're not supposed to go places. Oh, there's Hellbuff standing right over there.
There's an herb standing right here. Yep, there's the kitty. I wonder if he's friends with Rolo.
Rolo's gained some weight. Hey, look, we found some cheesecake in this wonderful area.
Yet another boar has been consumed.
It will join the Royal Dagger. You know, from a story perspective, there is something kind of strange about how those held-off scenes work. The first time Saray encounters Held-Off, he doesn't lose the ability to see the Seraphs and all that, and otherwise be inhibited by the domain until Held-Off attacks him the first time. But afterward, it's just a passive effect whenever he's in the presence of anyone who's evil and more powerful than he is.
And there's treasure.
I don't think they ever really explain why it works that way.
Because gameplay. Because you
Well,
know, it disables.
yeah, that general guy would have been pretty difficult if the Seraphs weren't there.
He wasn't. I don't know if that. Well. Yeah, because you didn't have another human. I mean, any group of two would have made that fight pretty easy, because that fight wasn't all that difficult.
You would have been confident going in with Saray and Alicia?
Oh yeah, we would have done that.
What if they had the litany of status effects you have if you try to fight the Lord of Calamity right now?
Probably not.
Because if you actually go and run into the Lord of Calamity here, you get
Would you like
inflicted
some?
with... Is it every status effect?
I think so. Or some status effect that's the equivalent of being inflicted with every status effect.
Yeah, so you basically can't move.
I seem to recall there being like a unique icon for it that's different than every other status effect.
You are inflicted with malevolent sadness. Those boars run pretty quickly, though. Gotta save getting that red herb and that cheesecake from the purple area.
Yeah.
Zone purple. And you know, in most Tales games it's pretty pointless and they put save points on both sides of a loading zone, but in this game it serves a very clear purpose. You know, they don't necessarily have the ability to predict which lords of the land you'll restore first.
Yeah. Bird needs to go away.
I mean, Edna had time to find 14 gold while you were fleeing from that bird.
Oh? Did someone forget this here? Odd that someone would abandon a tool so central to their livelihood.
Still, it's a terribly lovely field.
Yeah. Age of Chaos or not, it's nice to see that some places are still thriving.
Or so it would seem.
What do you mean?
Take a closer look at the wheat.
Huh?
Oh my!
Not a single berry. Same thing over here. Nothing but mold inside the husks.
It's the bliss mold. The whole area's probably wiped out.
The whole area?
It's been going around for a while now. This year's harvest is pretty much screwed.
No wonder they threw away their hoe. Lila! This is...
Yes. This too must be the work of the Lord of Calamity.
So this is what Age of Chaos really means.
I can't think of anything more wild and chaotic than moldy wheat. Hey, our first peach gel.
That's nice.
I'd say it's just peachy.
Even out of the rain,
That was
it's
a
still
fruity
so
joke.
cold.
I'll say.
Damn.
They've gone from scary to annoying. Still, to think Seraphim sneeze just like we do.
Yeah, I don't see any reason we would explore Paralot's pasture now. We're not really forced to do anything in Pendrago.
Yeah. We're gonna go to Pendrago, there's gonna be a bunch of scenes, and then we're basically gonna be told head to Gadadin. At which point we will head through...
We can shop in Pendrago.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm more
Pendrago
excited
is the
to go
largest
back and
city on the
shop in
Glenwood continent.
Lasonbell.
Where can we find an inn?
Good old glacial
I
earring.
recommend the one directly.
You should just
Sergei!
lie and sell them.
He's one of the Cardinal's subordinates. I tried to apprehend him, but... You saw what he was like.
His movements were incredible.
You could tell, right? It was a Hellion.
The Cardinal's underling is a Hellion? Then...
Forgive me, sir. He's escaped into the Shrine Church.
It looks like it's true.
I believe he was likely a messenger of...
I'm cold. You can blather on inside.
Tell us the details after we find shelter from the rain, if you please. Our friends are feeling a bit chilly, and even a seraph can catch a cold.
Friends?
Not that you could tell, since you can't see them.
Forgive me. I should have been mindful of the Seraphim's presence. Let us head for the Knight's Tower. Your wife sure is considerate.
Yep. He still thinks they're married.
But we have an inn and a shop that we can do stuff with.
Yep.
And a silver chest. I guess the only thing really we have to do with the inn is both improve our recipe to Mabo curry and
Yeah. That's probably a pretty good idea to do.
we needed to heal anyway.
Is Norman collecting already?
How is that possible? Everyone knows you love him. You've even got one on your umbrella.
Rose, better not to mention the mascot.
It gets long.
I love long stories. Go ahead, lay it on us.
Okay, but don't say I didn't warn you. This little guy here? You can pull out his head to stretch out his neck, like a giraffe.
That's what you meant by it gets long?
Same goes for the nose, too. Max length, 1.5 times its height.
Ew, that's not even a Norman anymore.
That's right. This thing's like a talisman, an amulet, a rabbit's foot, a periapt, that sort of thing.
I don't quite get it, but sure.
A charm you carry because it's special to you, right?
Not really. It was given to me, so I put it on.
Let's
The
go
shop?
Knights.
Oh yeah, I guess you want to explore the rest of the town first.
Yeah.
Just we do kinda well, I guess we don't really get thrown out of town. We can check the shop on our way out.
There's also usually an herb growing up here. Around here somewhere. There it is. I knew you were here.
Found you, Gald.
I was really hoping that that would trigger right after I said that. That would have been pretty perfect.
I mean, in principle, we just have to be very supportive of Edna randomly finding money lying on the ground. It's pretty incredible.
Rudy would. She does it in the middle of combat. And it makes her healing better.
In some versions of the game. In others, it just makes her AI worse. But yes, she loves Search Gold in all versions, if you allow her to. Is there any reason not to advance those scenes?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because it's once we go to the church that things happen that kind of push us out of town.
This should be a better place to talk.
Did everything go okay? Can we get in the church?
I secured the permissions, but after that last incident, I'm afraid we're likely under high scrutiny.
So what else is new? They weren't big fans of us in the first place.
Yeah, good point. We've got nothing to hide. Let's do it.
Look at that. Ever since Rose joined up with us, I feel like Saray has become so much more proactive.
Too bad it means that much more trouble for us.
Thank you.
It was my decision to begin with. And besides, I've really wanted to see the shrine inside the church.
There's something about you that reminds me of the Pope. He too would never hesitate to spare expenses for the sake of his people.
Oh boy, another masochist.
I see.
I've prepared lodgings for you. I pray that the Seraphim will also be able to rest well tonight.
But Captain, it's been 3 days since last we heard from Boris after his
I like the way we
infiltration.
have this stream
I
setup
believe we should
going right
hurry.
now. You can look in 3 different
Who's Boris?
directions and see 3 different
The rain
screens
may
with the
be
same
affecting
thing
our
on.
food supplies, but I shall prepare our famous Drago stew for you.
Aren't you the least bit concerned? He's your only brother.
I do not wish to burden you with my troubles any more than I already have. Please rest for now.
It's a kind offer. Let's take it.
We will. Thank you. Hey! Isn't this the guy from the Earth and Historia? The first captain of the Platinum Knights, General Georg Heldolf. Heldolf! And this was painted over 20 years ago.
He would definitely show up in the Earth and Historia.
So this is Heldolf.
Apple dumplings are tasty.
Sergei sure seems like a good guy.
He
You know
is.
who I think seems like
Though
a good
I fear
guy?
he may be a bit too genuine and sincere to
Held
command
off.
the
Yeah, he
knights.
seems like a great guy.
I agree. I hope he has what it takes.
Held off for
We've
president
got plenty of
2016.
worries of our own. Let's not get hung up on other people's
You know,
issues.
I would not give Heldoff good odds running against Gaius. So where's that green exclamation mark? Oh, there's an herb.
That's what my eyes were on. I could care less what was on the map. I saw an herb. Oh, I know what that is.
Oh, we need to buy the maps, right?
Yep. We bought some maps.
Yeah. We spent 400 of our golds, and we bought the maps.
Is the
We
shop,
have to help out the turtles.
Is the shop even open yet?
Yeah. We walked right by it and it had the icon on the map, which is always the sign of whether it's open. It doesn't have anything we need to order, but it's always good to check in, you know?
Yep.
Some of this might be improvements anyway. That's certainly not.
On the wrong character, the way we're planning things.
Oh yeah, Fyra. What did that do for him? He gives up Aqua, that's a lot of stats.
I mean, if it's
That's
if
probably
it's
worth
10
it for someone else.
If it was 10% attack, it would be worth giving up Aqua for. Wrong character.
That's not on
Just
the
a
wrong
strict
character.
improvement.
So there are no boots, so we can, or rings, so we can stop even looking at those.
Yeah, the Feldspar garment seems like a pretty good thing to get for her.
Yeah, the Crimson Veil seems pretty suspect. The Floric Dagger will eventually be her endgame weapon. Because, you know, it has Aqua on it.
Well, no, because remember our plan is...
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because she's not... So Aqua really is pretty irrelevant on her then.
Yeah.
That is a lot of art attack she loses, but that's so much physical and defense. What's it do on the other weapon? If you get rid of the Raider Blade instead? I guess the Raider Blade is probably a better weapon overall, isn't it? Than the Floric Dagger.
It certainly gets her more abilities on there, which gives her more stacks.
Yeah, it does give her more stacks. I think it's statistically superior anyway. You lose less art attack and you don't lose focus this way. The Umbrella Lance has a really nice top ability on it.
Just, what?
It has Exceed.
Oh. And 2x Mirage. Or Mirage, however you want to say it.
Yeah, which is actually a pretty good stack. I mean,
Yep.
it doesn't count as a stack bonus because we aren't using that transfer, but...
Yeah. No, I do not want to restart my computer right now. Go away. Okay. So I think we want... This is the one we want, right?
Yeah.
Not the right character for that. Especially because that has Earth on it, too. As do those. Be her. It breaks that first row. We're starting to get to the point, though, where we have good enough equipment where breaking that first row might
It's
be
not worth it at all on her. That destroys her stats.
I'm
We'll put her defense down to 53.
Well, I'm just pointing out that when you look at some of the other increases, we're starting to get to that point. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. Fair improvement. Yeah, that should be good.
Yeah, was that weapon on her any good? On Lila?
I didn't think so.
No, it's not. I just didn't get a look at it when we were there, you know?
Yeah. And we will take it. Wow, that's a lot of money.
Are you hesitant to spend it all?
Nope.
Because we're gonna side quest and get a lot more money.
Yeah, we're...
I guess we have to stay at the inn again, don't we?
Do we?
Well, you have to eat the Drago Stew and see that scene, remember? The thing says head to the inn.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Though
We're
I
not
think
quite ready to meet the Cardinal yet.
Though I think we keep the food benefit from the Mabo Curry Bun. I hope we do.
If we don't, we'll just have to buy again. 500 isn't that big. Oh, yeah. Sweet.
Phew! Now that was a meal.
Hey, learn some manners.
You sure can eat. So can these two.
It was surprisingly good. I couldn't help myself.
Drago Stew, 85 points.
My policy is eat while you can. It's been ingrained in me since I was a kid. That's the law of a soldier.
A soldier, huh?
Soldier? Aren't you and your buddies in an assassin's guild?
Well, you know, it wasn't always like this. We used to be just a band of mercenaries. Not to brag, but they called us the best on the continent.
Is that right?
That's it for me. We've got a job to do tomorrow.
Is Rose's band of mercenaries the one you mentioned before? The Wind Riders, I believe.
I think I've heard of them. The tale said just 100 of them could scatter a force of 20,000 men and capture 3 castles in one night.
Yeah, they were a legendary band of mercenaries. It's no wonder Rollins itself was their primary employer.
They sound crazy strong.
Strong and loyal. To the point that even the Emperor of Rollins trusted them like his right-hand man. Isn't that right?
It's true. Was true. But then, the Imperial family of Rollins ended up stabbing them in the back, along with the very one I'm seeking vengeance against.
The Imperial family joined forces with Hellions?
Is it that surprising?
I guess not. People and Hellions aren't separate entities after all.
Very true. You can even consider them 2 sides of the same coin.
In fact, if the Cardinal's power is somehow linked to a Hellion, things start to make sense.
It looks like Rose snuck out through the back. Can't take my eyes off her for a second.
Hey, Dazzle!
Dezel's concerns are well-founded.
I wonder if someone ordered an assassination.
And we got some pudding.
Ooh, and was she asked to do it by herself?
Well, that was cooked before we got in.
Oh.
Or prepared, I should say. You don't really cook pudding. At least not if you want to enjoy it.
Edna would try and cook pudding.
It would be a stat gone wrong.
What's wrong? Why are you all here?
That's what we want to know. Where were you going?
Oh, just taking a walk. Thought maybe I ate too much.
You don't have to follow every whim that pops into your head, damn it.
We thought you might have ditched us to go assassinate someone.
Not yet, silly. That comes later. It's from someone who lost their son in the war that just broke out. Kill the one who started the battle. The invasion was proposed to the Emperor about a year ago, in documents bearing the name of Pope Messedra.
Huh? You're gonna kill the Pope? Hold on. How do you know someone didn't just use his name? I thought he went missing after all.
Maybe. But then again, maybe not. It's awfully close to the time he went missing. We'll have to investigate further.
And what if we find out that he's bad?
If it's evil, the Scattered Bones slay it.
Even if it's the Pope?
The Pope, the Emperor, even the Shepherd. Oh, was that inappropriate?
I'm not a fan of that last part, it's true.
It isn't like we walk around all stabby-stabby. We make sure what kind of person our target is first.
I think I understand you better, Rose.
Do you now? Well, that's good.
I'm starting to understand, too. Why she bears no malevolence, that is.
Because she's as nuts as he is?
Rose would certainly never tell a lie, that's for sure.
She was always that way. It's in her blood.
Rose did just lie, though. They definitely do walk around all stabby-stabby.
Start a war?
That's certainly not the impression of
But
him
only
we
to
got from
bad
Sergei.
people.
He's
People
the de
that
facto
deserve it,
leader
right?
of a powerful country.
Well, yes, I
He's
believe
probably
the
got
best
more
way
loyalty than you
to
think.
handle all sorts of moral judgments is vigilantism.
That's kind of what she does.
Yes. Yes, it is. That was the point.
There you go.
Yay! I wish there was a like running total somewhere that just showed how much the gold finding had added up throughout the course of the game.
Well, that was easier than
They
I
could just have
thought.
Edna's face next to
This
it.
looks like
Yeah.
an auditorium of sorts for the believers.
Can you tell me the names of the Seraphim who hold the utmost power, known as the Five Lords? correct. Now, can you tell me the name of the last one? The seraph who's worshipped here at the Shrine Church?
Montellus!
That's right. Montellus is the seraph who has given the entire Glenwood continent his blessing.
The seraph worshipped at the Shrine Church is Montellus?
The Five Lords, huh? Big movers and shakers.
I bet Montellus would know something about how to stand against the Lord of Calamity. He's got to.
Is he really all that?
Well, he's the leader of the Five Lords after all.
You must be Soray. Welcome to the Roland's Church headquarters. I heard you were to visit. Please, come on in.
It's more magnificent than I'd even imagined.
Churches are always
architecture
filled
definitely
with good,
dates it to the
upstanding
height of
citizens
the
in
era of
RPGs,
Asgard.
right?
Yep.
Glad to see you're
I mean, this
impressed.
guy seems
Don't
pretty
let me
okay. And yeah, I know that gets us every time.
I know. It's taunting me.
This
Like if I was
inscription
Soray in this
concerns the
conversation,
trial
they
of the
put-
shepherd
Say,
and the
what?
spiritual
Say what?
powers he obtains upon clearing it.
Could the
I want to
spiritual
be able to
powers
work here later.
be real?
Bzz, 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 bzz.
Be real, real bees. Oh, bees everywhere.
Why would she be excited about
Possibly.
that?
Well, she's a
It's
seraph.
like
It
the
gets
letter
too
is
bad
meant
she
to
can just
tell us
disappear.
something.
But it's all gibberish. It
Armitize
must be
to
some
deal
kind
with
of
bees.
code.
Well, it does involve sensitive info. Maybe there's a hint to crack the code somewhere.
Hey, what does the big rock thing say?
I'm afraid I'm not really sure. The inscription is written in some sort of cipher, and the key to interpreting it is handed down only from pope to pope.
So, I guess we'll have to get the Pope to read it then, huh? Soray! Something's wrong. Let's get out of here.
I don't feel so good. What is going on?
It's a Hellions domain, just like when we fought Heldolf.
Going home already, Shepherd?
Huh?
I am Cardinal Fortin of the Church of Roland's.
This domain, is it yours?
Ah, so you can still move. Why don't you lend me your powers? For the sake of the people, of course.
They asked me the same thing in Highland.
I hardly think myself the equal of a Philistine like Bartlow.
Sounds like something a Philistine would say.
Charming, but sticks and stones and so on, young lady.
Ooh, she's good.
I have but one wish. To see my empire overcome this tumultuous era of chaos. A task only possible if the people are united. But Roland's is far too expansive to unify the people through mere patriotism alone. Shepherd, do you know exactly what it is that the state has used for eons to keep an entire country in line?
Is it faith?
Yes, faith. It is the belief in their own salvation that inspires in people the greatest sense of unity when they band together against outsiders who share different values. Meaning that my church itself should serve as the cornerstone for all of Roland's.
So many undertones.
Maybe in your mind.
It is but the vision of one who would guide the people. With the name and power of the Shepherd, more people than ever can be brought to salvation.
Then you should cooperate with the Knights. Wouldn't that really be what's best for everyone?
I would welcome their efforts if they would simply bend to my will and do as I command. Even if they are a pack of loutish meatheads who can't figure out that their Pope abandoned them.
Wait a minute, the Pope just ran away? You didn't have him locked up?
I am not a street thug child. The Pope, Macedra, I should say, left of his own accord. Abandoning his duty to both the Empire and his followers. What, pray tell, would you call such a man?
Pretty irresponsible, if what you're saying is true.
Irresponsible is one word, and still there are so many fools out there who trust in such a coward. The Knights, for example. In order to bring the people together, we must find Macedra and give him his due punishment.
Punishment?
Yes, the same punishment that befell those uncivil enough to mistrust me.
Then we have a problem. We need the Pope to tell us the meaning of the inscription.
Why? Cooperate with me and it won't be necessary.
I need to know. No matter what.
Ah, I see. That's very unfortunate. So then you mean to say...
What the?
My body!
That you reject my vision!
Saray! Let's go!
We're leaving.
What? They broke through my domain and connected with the Seraphim, if only just for a moment. Oh, will I relish this.
Now we have a very useful ability.
We disappeared? What the hell was that?
It's called the Spectral Cloak.
You've been practicing in secret, haven't you? That was sweet!
We'll
Goofy
talk
thing.
later. We've got to flee to the Knight's Tower.
There's one really obnoxious dungeon centered around that ability. Otherwise, it will not have much relevant impact on this game.
None of these abilities really have much of what I would call an impact on the game, other than my want to smash things.
Got a dash.
With
You go on ahead.
I mean, there's lots of things everywhere in the world to smash, and lots of conveniently set, size gaps.
Yeah. Not a lot of stuff to light on fire, though.
Yeah, pretty much just the citizenry.
I'm sorry I couldn't get more details. We were sort of running for our lives.
No, that is more than enough. I'm just relieved that you weren't captured.
Thanks for saving us back there.
It's the least I could do.
Seraph Mikleo, my humble admiration for your bravery.
It's nothing, really.
It is nothing. All you did was blind her temporarily.
We have to do something about her domain.
Those powers might help. Let's get the Pope to decipher that inscription.
That'll be tough if we don't know where he is. The Knights have been hunting him for a year now with no success.
Yeah, but they were assuming the whole time that the Cardinal was behind the disappearance. Guess what? I think I know where Popadope might be.
You do?
The village of Gadadin on the southern part of the continent. We won't know for sure until we check it out, of course.
How did you get that information?
Well, let's just call it an industry secret. You know how it is.
Of course. I should have expected no less from the wife of the shepherd. Let us send a search team to Gadadin.
Hold on a minute. The Cardinal already expects that our side will be searching for the Pope.
A highly visible squadron of knights would essentially be a bright pink arrow pointed straight at him.
However,
we can operate covertly in small numbers. Let us handle Gadadin.
But that's far too much to ask.
Chill, Captain, we got this. What is it they say? Pope springs eternal?
Abandon Pope! All ye who, don't go to Gadadin.
Okay, settle down.
My thanks, gentle shepherd.
Actually, as for what you can do in return, do you suppose we could get a pass to Rollins? I might be mistaken for an ally of the Highland Army otherwise.
I have seen for myself the quality of your character. I shall prepare it immediately.
Thank you. That's a load off my mind.
There is something I would like to impart to you as well. Would you please step outside for a moment?
Well, this is convenient. We're at a point in the game where this is still very meaningful.
I mean, somewhat. We're not really. This would have been more meaningful before the Sergei
Do you
fight.
remember the art I used?
It would have
when
been
we fought
strange.
against one another?
If there were art transfer in this game using Lion's Howl against
That is
Sergei,
the
would be-
Lion's Howl, an art passed down through
Saray
our band of
asks what
knights.
is this and then immediately does it back to him.
I and my younger brother Boris are the only ones alive who know it. But now I pass it to you as well. Wilt thou accept?
Yes.
Maybe here's the direction that's... Oops. Unassigned.
Well, you're a fast learner.
Did Saray get all of his blasts for that?
Art is all an oaf like me may offer you.
Very well may have.
Don't say that. It's incredible. Thank you so much, Captain Sergei.
You and I stand as equals. You may call me Sergei.
Then you may call me Saray.
Saray, I am loath to believe the Pope just abandoned his post on us. But I also sense that
You
there
can
may
be
be
wrong.
another side to this unfortunate story.
I understand. We'll find the Pope and come back with the truth.
Godspeed.
Rose, was it the scattered bones who found the information on the Pope?
Maybe. Seeing where the church's money was going gave us a little hint.
That's what I thought. You guys sure don't operate in the same way that the Knights do.
Of course not! An Assassin's Guild can't function without proper intel.
Assassins. Right.
Here is your pass, Saray.
Thank you. Our travel should be much easier now.
I wish it were so. But we've received word that Byroclef Ridge, which leads to Gadadin, has been blocked by rock slides.
We could have been on the ridge right now.
If only we'd been a little bolder.
Rose! My punchline!
What's the plan?
You'll have to go through Cambria Caverns, south of the Meadow of Triumph.
I'm excited for
An underground
Cambria.
passage, huh?
I think of
No
Cambria
problem.
Caverns and I think of restoring the
That's your
blessing.
thing, isn't it?
You bet it is.
Tragically, that travel pass is never consumed.
Yeah, everyone got fully restored from that.
So that was convenient.
Yeah.
I prepared the bottles.
Wait, no. Oh, I do. I don't think I'm gonna check.
That was a lot of money we just got.
Oh, no, that guy doesn't have his line yet.
What happens if they catch you?
I think it just sends you back to the start. You know, like, it just puts you back right here.
A Hellion! Is it one of the Cardinal's guards?
Saray, we have to trick the guard into thinking we're not here somehow.
We made it!
Think we lost the Cardinal with that?
Ugh, I ate too much today. My stomach's all achy.
Oh my, you shouldn't stuff yourself like that, Rose.
By the way, I was curious. Can Seraphim get upset stomachs or gain weight?
To say it in a fairy tale sort of way, your thoughts
Question
become
is, if you
reality.
navigate Cambria,
What's that supposed to mean?
We won't gain weight from consuming calories, but we will from thinking, I'll gain weight if I eat this much.
Whoa! So does that mean you'll be okay as long as you don't think like that?
No. Denying the reality of things leads to malevolence. A seraph must not be detached from reality. So at the end of it all, you could say we're the same as humans.
This is so confusing.
That doesn't really make sense, because if perception is reality, then your perception can be whatever you want it to be, and it will be reality.
well, despite that, I'm just thinking, if we go through Cambria Caverns, right, we go straight to the Lord of the Land. Is Cambria Caverns considered part of that blessing? Like, could we set everything for that area right then and there?
Don't we have to deal with some events in Lasonbell before that blessing comes back?
That's true.
I figured we were going to make a brief detour to Lasonbell to pick up a certain pair of earrings.
Yeah.
That's pretty suspect.
Yep. It sure is.
I didn't know if we really wanted to explore Paralot's pasture now or later.
I mean, I'm just cutting through here while I'm on my way out. Taking a different route out than I did in. Just to grab a couple of things.
So yeah, the game will eventually force us to every corner of this area.
Like, look, there's an Earth. How good are those?
They're male only. It's a lot of focus. That ability at the top of them on male only boots is ridiculous.
Depressing.
I mean, Edna wears boots she got from Eyes, and why can't she wear these?
I know.
Do Micleo's boots have aqua on them or something?
What? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Micleo's boots are important. Yep, this is just how this game works. That guy hounded you for what would be like half a mile if this were scaled to real life.
The Hellions really want the shepherd.
I don't understand how anyone lives in this world with as many monsters around it as there are.
So we detour to Lasonbell now, or before?
Well, Lasonbell's pretty close to the entrance of Cambria Caverns, isn't it?
Not really. Cambria
It's
Caverns
around here,
is...
right? The caverns or whatever, I mean.
Okay, no, it's actually as far as
Cambria
possible.
Caverns.
Yeah.
He said they were south of the Meadow of Triumph.
What order do we have to do things to restore the blessing?
Well, we get the Seraph, Then we come back, and we have to stay at the end. And then a bunch of stuff happens at the end, and we go outside and fight a boss.
And then don't we have to go talk to the Seraph again?
No, the Seraph shows up.
I mean, we'll probably want to backtrack to Lasonbell, just because we want this blessing ASAP.
Well, yeah.
And we also want to pick up the earrings.
That's what I'm saying, is like, I'm guessing we go to Cambria Caverns, get the Seraph, and then just head back to Lasonbell.
Hey look, goats. Already missed the skit. Do we need the ability to punch rocks in here?
No.
Do you really think we can get through this way?
There's nothing in the universe cooler than a secret passageway. Especially one underground. Totally! A maze of twisty little passages with exits galore to who knows where! Like the back of a waterfall, or the bottom of an old abandoned well. Yes! Nickleo gets it!
Glad someone gets it, because I don't.
I don't want to get it.
Boys just love things like this.
Notice how
this
both of the
case,
things that
I
you
don't know
described
about
are the sort
boys
of
so
things
much
you would
as
imagine be
children,
entrances to
right?
water dungeons.
Well, I mean, it makes sense that Nickleo would love a water dungeon.
Okay, I don't think the enemies in here are as obnoxious as some other indistinct caves. They still are obnoxious. Oh.
We have accumulated quite a few of those.
Yeah. We're gonna have a lot of boss fighting coming up, though, between restoring the blessing, because once we restore the blessing, I think there's some other things that we can do, too. I know there is another Giganto monster we can fight, too, right now in Paralot's pasture.
Not that we'll have the blessing for it, but you know.
Yeah. The other question is, too, is how soon can we restore the blessing to Pendrago?
Don't you have to have taken care of the cardinal?
I think. And then how quickly can we restore the blessing to the good old Gadadin region?
That I'm unsure of. I think you have to have already done everything meaningful in Gadadin. Because, I mean, when we go to Gadadin, we basically deal with a whole lot of scenes, do one small fight, and then we're thrown into the Fire Shrine.
Yep.
The main reason we'd go to Gadadin would be so we can smash rocks and start ordering the dagger.
There's not. Is there something down there? No, there's nothing down there on this one, is there?
I mean, Feldspar equipment would be nice, but we're going to need some money to finance it, which we're going to earn through these activities. Like, that's a real chunk of money. That's not. I really think it's a tragic design mistake that Edna does not say a line every time she finds money, don't you?
It'd be nice. She has a lot of good lines for finding money. Edna clearly has her priorities, right? Oh.
Good work.
Give it your all!
It'll retreat and emit sonic waves.
3 strikes and you're out.
I am
Whoops, wrong bat. Let's do our
not on.
Let's take our leave.
Well, that was good to find out, I guess.
We'll just say that was a test. I did that on purpose.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't sloppy world navigation. Nothing of the sort.
Of course
I
not.
just followed the
Or would it
recipe. Should be fine.
That seems like a remarkably poor idea, what Saray just did. Are you sure you want to go down here voluntarily?
Yeah, why not? There's loot.
I mean, I figured it was reasonably likely you would be thrown down involuntarily anyway.
Not that likely. It's pretty clear, you know, which ones are the fakes.
Was there the other thing you could climb up down here?
There is.
As I recall, there's a fake one that leads here, but not a real one.
I think it's faster than going back down the other way, maybe not.
Either way, it's out of sight, out of mind forever. Thankfully, our need to crush rocks does not apply to these pillars. Our need to crush rocks does not apply to these pillars.
You're just reiterating that. Got a couple pieces of equipment through there so far.
Yeah, both of which are hypothetically equipable by Rose. You know, female boots and a dagger.
And a female dagger.
Well, you couldn't have a male going around all stabby, right? I think we know there's no items on the left branch of this.
Oh boy, a butter cookie at the bottom of a cave.
Whoa! What the hell?
That's a big shrimp.
A fossil, one hopes.
Holy crap! This thing was alive once?
I want to catch it and fry it.
It looks terrifying. You don't think this is a Hellion?
There are fossilized
Be ready to
Hellions?
move at the end of
No
this.
way.
Because you have an enemy on your
It's not outside
tail.
the realm of possibility.
It's not outside the realm of sashimi either.
So which side's the head?
The left?
We can't even tell where the head is? Ugh, this thing's freaktastic.
No matter. A shrimp's head and tail are equally delicious.
I can't even make sense of this thing.
Shrimp. Starts with S. Look it up.
Oh, that's why I said that.
Armored centipedes take a low stand.
What are you doing? Oh.
It literally will not let me
They
switch
go
to
for an
Rose.
attack, meaning we should
should attack when it takes that low position.
Lila lost so many resources to that. She lost 3 meters to that. I couldn't switch her because I was the wrong character.
Some of these. Best candidate for these are.
I mean, Rose is going to use Art Attack more, probably.
That one's definitely. The defensive ones are more obvious.
There's a message from Lady Lake regarding the order.
Oh, hey. That wasn't a complete loss, right?
Yeah, it just means I'm gonna be hamstrung for a while because I lost like half of my meter.
Don't remember what the fastest way to the subterranean lake is. Oh, that's where this leads. And there is a nothing at the end of this winding hall. That's depressing.
Isn't there supposed to be a Giganto monster right here?
Mm-hmm.
Is this game really having that much trouble rendering it? We can't see it. There's a chest to the left,
Hey,
but I guess we can
isn't
get
that the Earth
it
in
later.
Astoria? Was the author of the Celestial Record a village chief? It looked like he was founding a village or something. Hey, Mikleo, I was wondering, you don't suppose he was a shepherd? If the shepherd was the one who wrote the Celestial Record, a lot of things start to make sense, and... Mikleo?
Oh, sorry. What did you just say?
Whoa, I've never seen you space out like that. You feeling okay?
Oh no, poor sick Leo.
Nice.
Not nice.
No, but seriously, you alright? Should we sit down for a bit?
I'm fine. I just got caught up in my thoughts. For some reason.
Quite surprising. A shepherd in an age like this.
I think you've surprised us.
My name is Saray, and you are?
I am Syndra, Shepherd Saray. Are you the Seraph of Lasonbell? I once was, yes.
Can we ask you to give your blessing again? There's no seraph enshrined at the sanctuary in Lasonbell, and strange things are happening.
That's of no relation to blessings.
How can you be sure?
Because I have used the bells in the belfry as my vessel.
I see. So the sanctuary in Lasonbell is nothing more than a figurehead.
In any case, it is no longer my concern. I no longer have the capacity to understand humans. Please, leave me be. May we ask you what happened? I'm sorry.
We can't force her to talk.
But something's up. We should do some research.
You're right.
That's a
Let's go ask
tragedy.
people in Lasonbell. They may know
Grave
something.
tragedy.
Grave tragedy sounds like it's sort of tragedy Edna would be involved in.
Okay.
As I recall, that is one of the particularly nasty or giganto monsters we can access right now.
Yeah. Though if we get the blessing in this region, there's no reason we shouldn't attempt it. Those were nice finds. There we go.
Wow. Indeed. It's mesmerizing how the lake's surface sparkles.
Bioluminescence, do you think?
Dezel?
Don't ask me. I can't see it.
So even you have some gaps in your animal knowledge.
I've heard of organisms too small to be seen that give off light in the dark. Maybe this is their habitat.
Whoa, thousands and thousands of tiny creatures.
But each one lives only a few days before winking out.
Only a few days? But they shine so bright.
Bioluminescence. Oh, that was inappropriate. I'm sorry.
Don't be. Better than ending on a sour note.
Oh, a left field success from Lila.
My first one, it feels like. I suppose it took going deep underground for Edna to finally... cave.
And I take it back.
The rare, sparkling Lila. Note its brief lifespan.
Even you, Dezel? Aww.
I mean, it's totally in Dezel's character to take an opportunity to say something to hurt someone's feelings. It's like, oh, Lila's happy, but now she's vulnerable to being unhappy. I should help with that.
How expensive is it to travel right now?
Isn't it impossible?
No. $5.10. That's not very expensive.
Yeah, that's affordable. Good thing we just spent all our money in Pendrago, right?
Yeah. Those are fairly good.
We need to actually look at it, but...
Yeah.
Is there any other way we can maintain that and put these on? Because...
Well, the easiest thing to do is do that, and then just go through.
We really don't have a ring with Art Attack on it. You didn't check the weapon.
Oh, I was gonna see what was viable.
Yeah, I guess the good old try-on menu. What? This guy sells nothing Sarai can equip other than those stupid earrings?
What's the stat loss on that?
It's calcite earrings +1 he had, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I don't think it's worth it yet, but those will become worth it.
I'm just excited. We've got so many Surging Falls waiting for us.
Looks like this Margaret or whatever might know something.
But wasn't she bullied, though? I have a bad feeling about this.
Sarai, why don't we take a rest at the inn?
Good idea. That's Margaret's
Are
home
you ready
besides.
for this?
Yep. Well, let's check our party, make sure they're correct. Oh, when you say at the end, are we gonna get healed?
Yeah.
Okay, then we're fine. Because Lila and Miklio's health is my main concern.
Not a lot of clues to her whereabouts.
We know something bad happened. Maybe Syndra and Margaret had already known each other from before.
So you think Margaret had such strong resonance that she could talk to Seraphim?
Yeah, it's like they were once friends, but...
Something happened.
Yeah. All the more reason we need to find and talk with Margaret.
A little girl can't have gone that far away. Let's look for her tomorrow around the city.
Real combat.
A scream?
And a
Right
slow
outside!
start to this session.
It's a Rougarou, a Hellion that goes berserk when the moon is out.
Could it be behind the...
Therian.
I know what I have that hits Therian, and it's not really a good move.
Okay,
You
yeah.
have a good move that hits it.
Saint Zero! Breakdown! Assured Assault! Aim and fire! Breakdown!
Burning shot!
Breakdown! Assured Assault! Aim and fire!
Burning shot!
Assured Assault! Saint Zero! Breakdown! Break on through!
You are allowed to move the camera when
Break on
hiding me behind your arrows.
Burning shot!
Ocean Blitz! Assured Assault! Saint Zero! Here goes! Assured Assault!
Burn away!
Aim and fire! Breakdown! Assured Assault!
Burning shot! Killers of
Fire! Breakdown!
Burn away!
Saint Zero!
I was trying to Mystic Art it, but it just wouldn't let me.
Why would we Mystic Art that thing?
Because it would have been hilarious.
Save your resources for the real
It's kind
fight.
of weak.
Oh! A wolf monster!
She has
Because the
resonance
next
too?
fight is a very real fight.
Dang.
We're going after it. Come on, hurry!
We ate a Mafu curry bun during that fight. Okay.
We have red herbs.
Oh, wait, I should have given the HP to you. Oh well.
You need to heal Saray and Miklio.
We want to use one of these probably for this fight.
Oh, you're gonna use one of the level up ones because we're very close?
Yeah, that makes the most sense to me. Art Attack sounds pretty good.
Art Attack is pretty good. You aren't gonna save?
Well, I guess I should save.
We know we're gonna be able to beat this no matter what.
Yeah. Especially after what we did to Behemoth, right?
Yeah. And this will get us the Blessing in the Lasonbell region back, which isn't a huge area, but is enough to really help us out a lot.
Oh yeah, and then we're probably gonna go to Mallory after we get this blessing back. And do stuff there.
There's
including
two
if we
of
can
them?
fight the peacock, we're
And-
gonna go ahead and do that.
It's eating its own kind? We can't hold back! Don't lie!
Also Therian.
Ella, is this a Rougarou as well?
No, this is a Hellion breed wolf. It's a beast turned Hellion.
It's agile.
Whenever you can heal me.
Open for attack after it moves.
Spirit cleansing! Elixir of attack! Aim and fire! Blistering phase! Break on through!
Burn away!
Saint Zero! Breakdown! Break on
Burning
through!
shot! Purgatory
Spirit cleansing! Elixir of attack! Here goes!
Burning echo!
Saint Zero!
Burning
Breakdown!
shot!
Assured Assault!
Sleep for now! I'm in a bind
Saint
here!
Zero! Here goes! Assured Assault!
Purgatory flame!
Don't push
God,
here goes!
go into hit stun.
Spirit cleansing! Elixir of attack!
Just die.
Open the floodgates!
It's just when he ignores my one move that hits Therian, then I'm just screwed, you know?
Yep.
What move do you have to hit Therian?
It's a close range move.
Is that actually that bad?
I mean,
if you think about it from a party-wide perspective, is both of us being close more dangerous than one of us being close?
I guess not.
We can't afford to Is this a Rougarou as well?
No, this is a Hellion breed wolf. It's a beast turned Hellion.
It's agile, but open for attack after it moves.
Break on through! Aiming fire! Here goes!
It's always just getting pushed away from me by arrows. Now he won't be.
Ocean Flash! Azure Assault! Burning fire! Azure Assault! Aiming fire! Here goes! Azure Assault! Saint Zero! Ocean Flash! Break on through!
I'm in a
Spirit Cleansing! Elixir Protect!
Burn away! Retreat for now!
Aiming fire! Ocean Flash! Azure Assault! Spirit Cleansing! Elixir Protect! Blistering Fangs! Break on through!
Burning shot!
Saint Zero! Blistering Fangs! Azure Assault!
Purgatory Flame!
Aiming fire! Ocean Blitz! Burst! Aiming fire! Breakdown! Break on through!
I really like how he just ignored everything and forced me to die twice in a row.
Open the floodgates!
How much damage have we done?
Not that much, but getting through this fight is going to make a lot of things easier.
Is this a Rougarou as
Because
well?
Lord of the
No,
Land.
this is a Hellion breed wolf. It's a beast turned Hellion.
It's agile, but open for attack after it moves.
Elixir Protect! Blistering Fangs!
I like how with no animation I just lost like all my life.
Aiming fire! Aiming fire! Blistering Fangs!
Retreat for now!
And I don't understand why he armors all of my attacks. Like he just armors everything I do and it's pointless to continue at this point.
Open the floodgates! Rose, get back!
I'm looking at what he... Look at the... look at the charge effect.
Like I think all of his moves are hidden arts, but like my moves are hidden arts too. That hidden art does not mean super armor against everything.
I shall protect this.
Except apparently